Hey Mortgage Heroes, Andy Cruz here in Business Development. Jumping into a new week. This is Monday Mortgage Minute. All right, put the cheese aside. That was corny. You know what's not corny? Coming back into the office when the market is clearly on a hard rally that the Pfizer vaccine is going to save everybody. Awesome, that's great news. However, what happened was that the mortgage market got kicked in the... And what that means is that rates actually went higher today. Are they going to stay high? I just don't know. I don't know. It'd be great to have a crystal ball and tell you they're going to stay high, they're going to go low. What have I been telling you? It's going to be volatile. It's going to be unsure. The market doesn't like uncertainty. You have too much stuff happening on whatever news station you watch talking about one side or the other. And it is reacting very negatively in the bond market today to all of that. It's not by chance that I tell you that the market dislikes uncertainty. It just does. And today is one of those days where things are just kind of like, nah, in the mortgage market. We have a lot of Fed speak coming up this week. We got better jobs report information last week. That didn't matter. That was the election. And so it's going to be a rough week ahead with headlines. Especially pertaining to the mortgage industry and to real estate, because it's just going to get swallowed up by election coverage. First of all, it's going to get swallowed up by what's happening in the stock market right now. And the truth is that if you are hoping for lower rates, yeah, they're still going to be around. But are they going to be lower even still? Depends on what headlines you read. Depends on what data you look at. Depends on what charts you're watching. So I'm not 100% sold on the idea that rates are going to go super low or lower. And I'm not 100% sold that they're going to go up really quick, because we just economically can't support that, just as much as we can't, investor perspective, support an even lower return on their investment of injecting money in the mortgage market. So there's like this imbalance, and it's a teeter-totter, and it's like, you know, it's not going super wild. It's kind of like really close to the middle, and it's just bouncing around, and that's just not good for markets. Not good for us always trying to help provide accuracy as far as which way the market going to go. So flat's going to be kind of the mid-range answer. Flat plus or minus 0.25% is probably the most accurate I'm going to be able to get. I'm hoping that this week we can have more information as to what is really going on with all this election stuff, because again, the housing market has stuff that needs addressed. The mortgage market has stuff that needs addressed, and even with the projected winner being Joe Biden, that's great. That was announced, but he's still not actually the president until January 20th. We have stuff that's gonna expire December 31st. We gotta do that stuff. So our current president still has to step in and address and decide or get advice on what to do regarding some of these things that are happening right now still. So the election's gonna just, you know, swallow up the headlines and the talking points for all the stuff surrounding who is and who isn't. But the truth is that, you know, the eviction moratorium expires December 31st. What are we going to do? If Trump is still the president until the new one's inaugurated, and the new policies that are coming out, well, they're not actually policies until they're policies, and we're far off from that. So for me, my concern is that there's a lot of attention going towards all these national things that they're important, but we're gonna come really quickly to the point where decisions have to be made to help people or not, and that is going to impact what happens in mortgages. Remember, weeks and weeks ago, we're talking about the FHA funding fee, or FHFA funding fee that was going to start December 1st. Guess what? That already started getting priced in at the end of October. It's being priced in already now in November, because loans that close now and get sold later will already be closing and selling after December 1st. And guess what? That fee's there. So we're going to have a fee in January? Maybe. Are we going to have a fee after the president's inaugurated, regardless of which one it is? Yeah, probably. So but guess what? The December 1st deadline is just a couple weeks away from us, and the impact of that is already being felt on the fee sheets of borrowers and homeowners. So, you know, unfortunately, there's just a lot of stuff that is not yet fixed that has to be fixed, and that's why you're seeing this energy come out of me today. It's like, man, we still got problems we got to address. We got things that need to be fixed, and we got people that we got to help. And all this divisiveness that's going around isn't helping get to the solutions for the stuff that's at hand when every day we go to a new day and we're closer and closer to December 1, we're closer and closer to the December 31st. And I'm just very, very hesitant to feel optimistic about them coming up with solutions that are going to help people fast enough. That's what I think is at risk. So I'm hoping that by sometime this week or next week, we'll have better information or more clarity on the perspective of what's going to happen in housing. What does happen in housing looks vastly different depending on who's inaugurated on January 20th. I know that everyone watching this is going to have your position on who that is, and that's fine. I'm staying neutral in this conversation to literally say that until January 20th happens, the housing policies that need to be addressed are not going to be addressed. And if it's Biden that's inaugurated, it's going to look one way, and if it's Trump that's inaugurated, it's going to look another. And it's something that we're just going to have to wait for. And I don't know that we like waiting. I don't like waiting because I want to report to you guys what's happening in a clear and concise fashion, which I've had a little bit of difficulty doing today. But to be candid, until January 20th rolls around and we have an inauguration, it's going to always be just up to theory. It's all theorized what's going to happen until then. So I try to do my best to demystify what could happen for you all and give some perspective on what's most likely to happen. That's just been very, very difficult in these last couple of weeks, and especially with the election last week and then all the volatility going on through this weekend and coming into the new week and seeing the market react the way it did. That makes it very, very difficult to try to demystify what could happen when there's things that are happening that just honestly don't make much sense. So that's it for Monday 5 minutes now. Not Monday Mortgage Minute, Monday half an hour. We'll see you all again at the end of the week for another video if we have something new to share. Otherwise, we'll see you next week. And if you're not on our newsletter for our weekly video update, we do make a video newsletter for all of our past clients every single week, talking about what's happening in real estate, how it relates to you, ways to win in the market, and ways to take advantage of your next right step in real estate. And if you'd like to be on that list, you can go ahead and comment below. You can send a DM, and we'd be happy to add you manually to that list and help you get more informed as we go through the rest of this year in 2020, which has turned out to be quite an extraordinary one in many, many ways. So thank you for watching. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you again soon.